Hello. Okay, this is now 6.5, which is about multiplication of radicals. All right, so here let's start with this problem. 3 times square root of 2 times 5 times square root of 6. All right, so now we are multiplying these two. We are not adding or subtracting. We are multiplying. So if you're multiplying, what you can do is basically whenever you're multiplying, you just have to multiply everything, right? So just multiply first 5 and 3, which is 15, and still we have this square root of 2 times square root of 6, right? So now we know that these two are square root. That means it has same index, 2 and 2. So in this case, now we can just combine these to a single square root, right? So 2 times 6 is 12. All right. Now we have to see, can we simplify? Basically, we are trying to simplify this. All right. Or we can also say multiplication, or basically find a simple answer or simple form of this problem. So now, can we simplify after this? So 12, we know that 12 we can also write square root of 4 times 3, right? So now we know that square root of 4 is 2, right? So 5 times square root of 4 times square root of 3. So we know that square root of 4 is also 2 times square root of 3. Now we get 15 times 2 is 30, and square root of 3. All right, so this is the final answer. So now similarly, let's say now number 2 is this, square root of 5 times y times square root of 15 times y to the power 7. All right, so now we have 2 square root. So just like I did here, when we have a same root, I combine these to a single root, right? So again, we have a same root, so now we can combine these to a single root. Combine these to a single root and just multiply now. 5 times 15 times y to the power 7, right? So again, square root of 15 times 5 is 75, and y to the power 1 times y to the power 7 is, well, if we have same base, you can just combine these to a single base, and the power is always 1. Even if you don't write it, the power is always 1. So y to the power 8, right? Now after this, again, 75, since we have a square root, so 75, we can also write 75 as 25 times 3, and another one, square root of y to the power 8, right? So from here, square root of 25 is 5 times, still we have square root of 3, and square root of y to the power 8 is also y to the power 8 over 2, right? Because again, this one has the index 2, so y to the power 8, this 8 we can divide by this index number, right? So this gives 5 times 3 times y to the power 4. All right, so you can just leave your answer here, or if you just want to arrange it, or just to make it look good, 5 times y to the power 4 times square root of 3. It doesn't matter even if you leave your answer here. Since we are multiplying, that's fine. All right. So now let's do another problem. I think we have some space here, so let me just do it here. Okay, so another one, which is number 3. Now in this case, it's cube root of 18 times x times y squared times cube root of 4x squared. All right, so again, these two have same index, right? These two root have same index, so 3 and 3. So if we have that, we can now combine these to a single root. And just multiply 8 and 4, which is 18 times 4 is 72. X and x squared is x to the power 3 and just y squared. So everything is going to go inside a single root. All right, now after this, again, now we can split this into 3 terms. All right, so now what we can do with this one, what we can do is with 72. So 72 is also, we can say 72 is also, well, since there is a cube root, so let's see. Okay, so we can say cube root of 9 times 8, right? Because 9 times 8 is 72. And now cube root of x to the power 3 is just x, right? Because we can multiply or divide this 3 on the power by this 3, which will just give the power 1, so which is going to be just x. Now with this one, cube root of y to the power 3, well, you'll get y to the power 2 over 3. We don't want that. We don't want any fraction on the power, so we can just leave our answer just like this. All right, so now here we can split this into, again, 2 parts. Cube root of 9 times cube root of 8 times x times cube root of y squared. All right, so what is the cube root of 9? I guess most of you guys are going to say 3, but square root of 9 is 3. All right, keep in mind, square root of 9 is 3. Square root of 9 is 3. But cube root of 9 is not equals to 3. All right, so in this case, you can just leave your answer just like this for this one, cube root of 9. And cube root of 8 is just 2. And we still have this x times cube root of y squared. All right, so now what we can do here now is, well, we can arrange our answer. So we have 2x, so let's just write that here. We have cube root of 9, cube root of y squared, so these two has same root, right? Same index. So in this case, we can just combine these to a single root, and 9 times y squared. So that means this is the final answer for this one, right? Let me do one more problem. Let's do it now. So this is number 4. square root of 5 plus 3 times square root of 2 times 2 times square root of 5 minus square root of 2. All right, so here we are again multiplying this whole thing to this whole thing, and there is a multiplication sign in the middle. All right, so this is, well, in this case, whatever we have done before FOIL, we have to use the same idea here. So we need to distribute this square root of 5 to these two terms, and after that we need to distribute this to these two terms. All right, so that means now we can say square root of 5. So when we distribute these to these two terms, so square root of 5 times 2 times square root of 5 minus square root of 2, right? This is a minus. And now distribute these two, again, these two terms, so we have plus there, so plus 3 times square root of 2 times 2 times square root of 5 minus square root of 2. All right, so now after this, you can now distribute this to these two terms. So now 1 times 1 times 2 is just 2. Square root of 5 times square root of 5 is basically, we can just combine these to a single root, right? Because there is a same index, so and after that you can just multiply 5 and 5, which is square root of 25, minus square root of 5 times square root of 2 is square root of 10. Again, 3 times 2 is just 6, and square root of 2 plus square root of 5 is square root of 10. And again, 3 times negative 1 is negative 3, and square root of 2 times square root of 2 is square root of 4. Or square root of 4 is basically just 2, right? It's basically just 2. All right, now, and also this square root of 5 is, square root of 25 is also, this is also 5. So now we have 2 times 5 minus square root of 10 plus 6 times square root of 10 minus 3 times 2 is 6. And basically this is 2 times 5 is 10. So 10 minus 6 is 4. And again, these two are like terms, right? Because we have square root of 10, square root of 10, and there is a minus 1 plus 6. So minus 1 plus 6 is plus 5, right? Plus 5 times square root of 10. And that's the final answer, right? Because we cannot simplify anything further after this, because we cannot do anything with this square root of 10, right? Because the 10 is 2 times 5, so that means we cannot simplify this square root of 10. So that means this should be the final answer. All right, this is all for this section. All right, thank you.